So today we've got the PING G430 Max versus the G430 Max 10K. Which is the best? Let's find out. So yes, and welcome back to the channel. So today, yeah, special day. So we thought we would try out what was last year's 2023 model of the PING G430 9-degree driver, which is with the Alta CB stiff shaft, which is quite spinny. That's one of the reasons I went out and got the newer version, the 2024 edition of the same PING driver, although I did get the 10.5 degree driver loft, but we'll test them against each other. But interestingly, this is with a Tour 2.0 PING chrome stiff shaft, so really interested to see the difference, because this is quite whippy, as you maybe see, as opposed to the chrome. It's a lot more sturdy and stiff at the end of the tip. So just to sort of go through what we've got up here as a setup. So of course we've got the two PING drivers. We're going to set them both off at neutral, so in their respective positions. So of course you would expect maybe the 10.5 degree loft driver to give us more spin, but actually the new technology in this 10K stands for MOI, moment of inertia, to metric for measuring the moment of inertia, which is basically essentially saying for mishits it's going to stay more stable and give you relatively the same distance. Not as much distance as you would have hitting it out the middle, but nevertheless, PING are renowned for being probably the most forgiving drivers in the market. So yeah, against the 9-degree 2023 version. So what we got with regards to equipment, we've got the GC3 launch monitor, we've got a Mevo flight scope behind me, we've also got the Mevo app up and running on my phone, and we've also got the FSX Pro app running with the GC3, and you'll see the pictures of them in a moment. But otherwise, yeah, without further ado, let's get to some testing. Going to hit about 5 balls each and doing a comparison, collect the data, and then we'll come to a conclusion at the end of it in a moment. So before we go into the testing footage and test these two drivers, let's just take a closer look at the tech difference. So on the left we've got the G430 Max 2023 model, and on the right we've got the G430 Max 10K new 2024 model. Certainly when you put these clubs together and you look down at them, they look pretty much the same. So what is the difference? So let's find out. When you look at the crown, say part of the golf club, so on the left the 2023 model has a metallic crown. On the right, the 2024 model, the Max 10K, that has a new ultra lightweight composite crown, wraps into the heel and toe sections of the skirt. This provides weight savings, which is reallocating, if you like, to lower the center of gravity to reduce spin and raise the moment of inertia for increased ball speed. When you look down at the two clubs, you can certainly see on the 2023 model, it does not appear as big front to back compared to the 2024 model. And indeed, PING's statement on the new 10K model is that it's their biggest head profile to date, maximizes USGA allowable head, heel to toe and front to back dimensions while staying within the 460cc volume limit regulation. When it comes to the back weight, the 2023 model, as we know, has an adjustable back weight, which can be set for fade or draw bias, which is pretty useful. However, the 2024 model, this actually has a fixed back weight. It allows for record setting MOI as it drives down the mass back to the back of the club, increases forgiveness and optimizes the center of gravity position. This helps lowering the spin, ensuring ball speed preservation across the club face for added distance. When it comes to the face technology on the 2023 model, what we can say is that while the 2023 model looks the same, the 2024 model has more optimized tech for greater distance, or does it? We shall find out.
And what PING state is that the shallow and thinner forged T9S plus titanium face is optimized for more flexing to ensure faster ball speeds and relies on spin consistency, which is a terminology that PING like to use to say it's going to be lower spin, and the spin from the club face is going to be more grouped and more consistent. This is done with a variable roll radius innovation to optimize the spin across the entire face for the added distance. So that is more or less the big differences, and let's get back to the testing. So let's get to the testing, but before we go into the testing, let's just touch on the tests to be made so you, the audience, have a better understanding of all the tests that we're doing here. So first off, there's going to be a quick summary. We're going to do 6 tests here, and the first test is the objective is to collect baseline data with the old 2023 PING driver, club head, shaft set at neutral. So we have that baseline data. We're using a Foresight GC3 launch monitor, so one of the best launch monitors out there. We took a data collection shots of about 8 shots, and just on the right hand side you'll see we've got obviously the make, as we all know, is PING. It's the club model G430 Max Driver. The type of shaft in the driver, which is the stock Alta CB stiff shaft, and the designed loft for the club head itself, which is 9 degree, and we've set it at neutral. Okay, so test 2 involves collecting baseline data from the new 2024 PING driver club head. 14 shots in this particular test. This particular club data, or let's say club specification on the right hand side there, you can see is it's fitted with a Tour 2.0 stiff shaft. One of the main reasons I wanted to buy this particular club, because the stiffer shaft is not as whippy at the bottom of the club compared to the Alta CB shaft. And of course this particular club head has a 10.5 degree and loft design, and we've set that for neutral as well. So test 3, if you like, the objective here was to adjust the new driver down to 9 degrees. As you know, PING people, you can adjust the club shaft up and down 1.5 degrees. So adjusting the 10.5 driver down to 9 degrees provides a like for like test, if you like, against the original 2023 model, which was a 9 degree. 17 shots collected in this particular one. You can see there on the right hand side, I'm just changing the color on the loft just to show that I've adjusted the loft setting down to 9 degrees. So test 4 and test 5, this was just a double check data with the old 2023 model. I just really wanted to make sure that I wasn't, if I wasn't fully warmed up, just collect some more data and really to validate the previous data in test 1. 3 shots in this particular instance, and again the data there, or the specifications of the club head, similar to test 1, so no difference there. Test 5 was to validate the data that I collected in test 3, which was to again reconfirm the carry, the distance, the data collection, 7 shots hit here. So again, the specification here was obviously the new 10k driver head, the tour shaft, but importantly what we're seeing was the big differences was to make sure the adjusted 9 degree loft was maintained, so I can get that comparison again, 9 degree versus 9 degree. Okay, and then test 6 which was very interesting, and this was really just to validate, is that club head technology really what PING says it is? So the idea here was we placed the Alta CB shaft from the old 2023 model into the Max 10k head, and we then wanted to validate and check the ball speed. So case of, does the new head give more ball speed? 7 shots we collected in this particular test, and on the right hand side there you can see in blue what had changed. I'd taken out the Tour 2.0 staff, put in the Alta CB stiff shaft, which is more whippy. It's the 2023 model, and of course kept that 9 degree loft, so it was 9 degrees versus 9 degrees. So that was pretty much just a quick summary of all the tests, so you've got a better understanding. So when we look at the results and the data later, you'll have a better comprehension of what was behind it all.
Right, we're going to give this a blast now. So we've got the G430 9 degree 2023 model. So let's warmed up now, so let's give it a few shots and see how it goes. Right, We'll collect the data and then just do a comparison later. So that was 147 ball speed, carry 242, spin 3,175, and that's what I'm really interested in. This shaft is probably losing me some distance. So my sort of normal averages on the driving range here at Siam Waterside is, with these particular balls, which happen to be the best really for a driving range in the vicinity, is about 250 average, 150 ball speed. So we'll see if we can get up there. And I hit that well. 152 speed, 255 carry, 2624. So that's a marker. Neither seems to have gone off. Let's close that one, start a new session. 147 speed, 241, 3000 spin. Let's hit one more with the old ping. That was hit. That was a good one. 257 carry, 151 speed. What was the spin rate on that? Let's see, at 2525. So I reckon I've got about 5 balls with data, some miss hits and 3 good shots. So let's try the new beast. Right, we've got the new G430 Max 10K. So with the chrome PING Tour chrome shaft, really interested to see the carry difference, if any. Anyway, let's give this a hit, get some data with this club. Ooh. 258, 2150 spin, 258 carry, 146 speed. So that's gone a lot further for the same money, or the same amount of energy going to the back of the ball. 104 club head speed. Interesting. Alright, let's see if I can get more turn, get some torque on this. Ooh, there we go, 267 carry with a range ball, so that would be near 280 with a real ball. 153 speed, 106 club head speed, smash factor 1.45. Still not pro standard. Well, us hackers in Pattaya are not. Let's give this another. Getting warmed up now, so right, here we go. Give this another crack. Wow. 154 speed, 266 carry. That's starting to go about 285 now. 15 yards more maybe. 76, yeah, about 282. 2375 spin. So yeah, this. Well, that was a bit of a miss hit, and I got 150 speed, 259 carry, 2650 spin. So yes, the shaft, even on a 10.5 degree driver, is buying me some free extra yardage. Not quite free, because I had to go out and buy this thing yesterday, but anyway, you know what I mean. Now that was hit. 263 carry, 154 ball speed, 2724 spin, 106 club speed, smash factor 1.45.
Okay, let's take a break from the testing and show you the results for the first 2 tests. Now, before we go through the test data, just quickly describe this test chart so you understand what it's all about. First off, we've got the specification of the club that we're testing at the top there. So in this instance, G430 Max Ultra CB shaft neutral position. We then look at ball speed, which is very important for driver, and also the launch angle. Also gives you, let's say, the best opportunity for distance. Launch angle is very, very important. Of course, spin rate is also important. One of the main reasons we're looking at the difference between this club and the new 2024 model club. Then we've got carry, which is the all important, and then we've got also total distance. Doesn't really apply too much in Southeast Asia because typically it's all about carry, but if you're back home in Hardpan Alley, back in the UK, Scotland, wherever, where you can get a lot of run off the fairways, then of course that total distance is interesting. Just for information, you've got PGA Tour averages here. Just for a bit of fun, we just put the what are the tour averages below the ball speed, launch angle, carry, etc. Just so you see the differences. Not that we're trying to be professional here, but it's just a useful reference. And you see here shot number 18. This is usually my bad shot, so I get a lot spinny on the drive and I lose a lot of distance. I mean, that wasn't too bad, that one, but sometimes I pop up to 3,800. And the other thing to mention is we've got the notes down here on the left, but just to mention, we've got the range balls typically carry 10 to 15 yards less. I certainly know this at Siam Waterside, having taken my launch monitor out on the golf course as well with the proper golf ball, and I'm normally getting 10 to potentially 15 yards more with a proper golf ball versus these Siam Waterside range balls. So this particular first test was just to collect data. It's as I expected, averaging around about 150 ball speed. I've got 151 here, and a carry around about 250. In this test we've got 254. Still a bit cold, if you like, from the just warming up, so but we get to more test results later, so once I'm warmed up. Just coming on to test 2, which is obviously the new G430 10K 10.5 loft and neutral tour shaft position. So interestingly, straight away we find that the ball speed has popped up 154. Launch angle is part of the fact that the head is set at loft to 10.5 degrees, so I'd expect that launch angle to go up. And you can see here the delta I've put here between the Ultra CB shaft 9 degree, which is test 1. I got popped up 3 degrees straight away. Probably that is actually more the club head than the shaft. Launch angle delta, if you like, so popped up again. That's because of the loft. And then we look at, the interesting thing is the spin rate. Even with a 10.5 degree head, we've come down 220 RPM. So that's great, because that's going to help distance. And of course, straight away, even with a 10.5 degree loft on the driver, we've got a increase of 11 yards carry. And that's good to see. So certainly showing that it says that it's doing what it says on the side of the tin. Descent angle is interesting because we got 42, so it's a little bit plummeting from the sky as opposed to going through the air and landing in a correct degree angle. Did come down even with a 10.5 degree lofted club. That descent angle did come down 1.8, but the tour average is 38. So interesting results so far. So straight away we're seeing more ball speed and more carry, which and less spin rate. So these are the major factors that we're looking at here to determine, is this the driver that they make it out to be?
Right, I suppose it wouldn't be a fair comparison unless it was actually driver loft same when you're comparing the shaft at least. So what I've done, because you can adjust these clubs plus 1.5 degree loft and minus 1.5 degree loft. So I've just changed the setting using the adjustable wrench. So that's minus 1.5, 10.5, so we're down to 9 degrees. So now let's see if there is any difference in performance. Yeah. Club face always stays a little bit further open when you go down. Let's have a look. There you go, that's a good one. Bingo. 270 carry for a ball speed of 157, 107 club head speed on the Mevo, 2475 spin. Very interesting, very interesting. So I'm 20 yards up with this club head, new club head, G430 Max 10K, plus the Tour Chrome PING shaft, a bit stiffer than the other one. So I've been giving away distance for nothing. So that 270 would be about 285. See if we can get above that now. Interesting. There you go. Oh, doll. Here we go. 277 carry. And speed 158. Mevo went on the blink. Spin 2450. Add 15 yards to this range ball. That's now 15 and 77. So that's 87, 92, 292 carry. Now we're talking. Makes those par fives a little bit easier. Let's give it another go. Two 255 carry on that one, 151 speed. Lost a bit of a footing there. Give us another go. Oh, that was hit. That's gone a long way. 269 carry, 153 speed.
Okay, we come into test 3 results. So just to recap, this was the G430 10K new driver, but we adjusted the loft down to 9 degrees, and wow, we see some big differences here. So first off, the average ball speed out of the 3 best shots was 156. So that was a difference of an extra 2 miles per hour compared to test 2, which was the loft of the driver at 10.5 degrees, but mainly the difference between the original 2023 driver model, 5 miles per hour more. So I think this is a combination of both the clubhead tech as well as the shaft. Then we come into the launch angle, again important, slightly lower than the test 2, but don't forget that was because the lofter was at 10.5. This is now at 9 degree loft setting, so to be expected there. But also interestingly, a little bit more than the original 2023 model. Then we come into spin. Straight away we see a huge difference. That'll be spin coming down because of the adjustment in the loft, so minus 166 spin rate there, RPM. Big difference on when you compare it to the Alta CB shaft and the 2023 model driver. Then we come into the money, which is a big gain on carry. So 272 yards average for this particular driver head, loft setting and shaft. So that's an extra 7 yards we've gained from the, let's say the test when the 10K driver was at neutral, 10.5 degrees. But interestingly and more importantly, big difference between the 2023 PING G430 Max model versus the new head. And of course there will be some extra yards gained because of the shaft technology. The other thing is to look at is the descent angle, bang on the PGA Tour average, so very happy to see that. But you could say the money shot of the day, the best shot of the day, got a carry of 277 yards. So that was a big difference. And when you look at that and you consider these are range balls and you put a proper ball in play, that could be potentially 10 yards more, 287 carry, or maximum 15 yards extra carry, 292. That's a massive wow factor there. So yeah, this particular test was very pleasing to see. Let's continue.
Now I'm warmed up now, so we've gone back to the old 2023 version of the driver, which, as you know, is the Alta CB shaft, a lot more whippy. And because I'm warmed up and I've had success with the new 10K driver, if you like, with the chrome shaft, let's just double confirm that this was losing me distance. So let's give it another go. Yeah, hit that pretty good. There you go, 157 speed, carry 251, spin 2850. This shaft is the problem. QED, problem solved. But let's try and hit one. Smash was 1.46 factor, so not a bad hit. But let's try and get another go at this. Okay, I hit that well, but it's gone up in the air. 3050, carry 258, 155 speed. Again, the spin, the shaft is the big contributor. So this is 3 shots with this. Let's try one more time, so we get a good one. I hit that decent. 255 carry, and we've got a spin 1949, could be a dodgy one. That speed 155, smash factor 1.49, clubhead speed 105. So losing nearly 15, definitely 10, sometimes 15 yards carry because of this shaft. Yes, the new clubhead is a bit better than the old one, but not by much, I don't think. But let's go back to the, what do you call it, the new 10K driver, and just confirm again. Very interesting. See, straight away, carries 260, 154 speed, 2750 spin. It's going further. Why? Yes, new clubhead technology, but the shaft, that was where I was losing. I was losing some free yardage. Let's give this another go. Now that seemed to be hit, but it wasn't. .158 speed, 262 carry. Let's see. Get up to the 270s again. 2450. Right. Now that was hit big time. 156 speed, carry 272, spin 2050. So again, that's going to be over 280 carry in real life. 107 clubhead speed, smash factor 1.48, and Yeah, the Mevo is saying 260 carry, but it's a cheap launch monitor. Its accuracy is questionable. So yeah, but that's what you get for $500 and less. Let's give this one more go, and I think that we then got enough data to make a conclusion. Now that was hit. 157 speed. Ball speed, carry 271. Total spin 2150. A lot better. I'm really enjoying this. Let's give it another go, and you can see with the trajectory this shaft is making a difference. The club head as well. I mean, I can change the shafts and the club head just to see if there's any notable difference, but for me it's the shaft. Give it one more heave-ho. Wow. Wow. Even with a very high spin, 3224, I've got to carry a 259, speed 158. We're going to hit one more and then we'll call it a day. Right then. Try and wind up big time on this one. Yep. 156 speed, 271, carry 2550. So gaining approximately 15, nearly 20 yards when I really nut it. Extra carry. Amazing shaft technology.
Okay, we're coming into test 4 results here, which is basically a rerun and a reconfirmation of the original data we collected with the old 2023 driver, 9 degrees loft, G430 Max. Of course, by this time I'm more warmed up, so let's just run through it. So average, we've got extra 5 miles per hour ball speed. You can see there popped up to 155.8. The launch angle is slightly down. Again, getting my position warmed up, so everything's swinging more freely, so a little bit of a less launch angle there. Spin is down 128 from the original data, so not too far away. But interestingly, and as I expected, the carry hasn't really changed at all. I'm still stuck at 255 carry, so no change at all there. But when we come into test 5, which is a rerun of, say, test 3, which is basically the 10k head driver with the tour shaft adjusted down to 9 degrees, we still see some consistency here. Not too much change in ball speed, still 156.6. So a bit of a gain, I should say, of 0.6 compared to test 3. And of course, still above the original 2023 head, 9 degree loft, 0.8, which had the CB shaft. So not much change there. Then we got the launch angle, again, pretty consistent. Slightly down on the original test, but not too far away. But mainly you can see the launch angles up compared to the original G430 9 degree 2023 model. So that's interesting. Mainly spin is a lot less. We're talking 51 from the original test 3, and then when you compare to the 2023 model with the Ultra CB shaft, still a lot lower. But the big difference in where we see consistency is the carry with range balls, I may add, still popping up there. 3 best shots out of this particular test, 272 yards average, so not much difference from the original test, but as I mentioned, all warmed up now. And then you look at the difference from the 2023 PING driver model with the Ultra CB shaft, extra 17 yards previous test, if you saw, was 18 yards extra, so more or less very, very consistent. And the other thing to mention is the descent angle, blob on PGA Tour average. So yeah, it's looking like it's a combination of the head and also the shaft that's giving me that extra distance. I would say the head's maybe giving 8 to 9 I would say yards because of the club face technology, and then the rest is coming from the shaft, so I'm getting a better trajectory and launch angle. So let's go into test 6. That should be interesting.
Right, what we're doing now is just to get a really good comparison. I've taken the chrome shaft off the 10K Max club head, and I'm going to swap it, put the Alta CB, which is the old shaft, just to see if there's a big comparison. The connectors, they seem the same, but wouldn't think Ping have time to start creating all new shafts, but let's see if it all fits, and then we'll give it a go, the new driver head with the old shaft, then that way it's a true comparison. .154, 263 carry and 2624 spin. Compare those numbers later. We're going to give it one more go, but got nowhere near 270 yet, just above 260 with the same shaft. So maybe the head is giving maybe an extra 5 to 6 to 7 yards. So good investment. Not just the shaft, club head is making a difference, I think. Maybe that moment of inertia. Oh, 268, 156 speed, 2724.
So the final test was test 6, and that was to put the old Alta CB shaft that came from the 2023 model into the new head, then set it at 9 degrees, and that way we would have a direct comparison to understand how much more distance or improvement you get just from the head alone. So let's just run through the data. Straight away from the bat you get 155.8 on ball speed, so that's an increase of 4.9 from the original test, which you could say was cold. So the interesting thing there is when you consider you get on the tee for the first time and you're hitting your first shot of the day, let's just say even when you're in a cold situation, not fully warmed up, you're going to get extra ball speed based on, let's say, these test results that I've gained. Not much difference, no difference at all really between this test and let's say the second go of the 2023 driver with the Alta CB shaft, so nothing to report there. Launch angle 11.5 with this particular test, so that was slightly down on the original test 1 and but slightly up on test 4. Interestingly though, that the spin has come down from the original test minus 104, so when you look at the spin rates are quite consistent. So when Ping talk about this spin consistency, maybe they onto something here. Certainly looks a lot more consistent. It was down minus 104, but slightly up on my second go around. But mainly the key thing is here is we've got a carry of 265 yards with the new head in the old 2023 model shaft, Alta CB. So, and that is validated 2 times with the first test at a gain of 10 yards and second test with the old driver, and then comparing to these results, new head in the old shaft, still get extra 10 yards. So it really is some good tech in that new head. Definitely gives you more ball speed, definitely gives you less spin, definitely gives you more carry, which is all that we want. There's no doubt about it, when it comes to buying a driver, it is one of the most expensive purchases in your bag, the most expensive purchase. So you really want to get it right. I mean, this was $26,500 500 baht, so it's around about $723 or about 550 pounds GBP. So, you know, let's validate some of these ping statements based on the tests that we conducted. So does the new club head give more ball speed? That's a definite yes. Certainly from a cold start as well, which is interesting because a lot of us don't warm up before we get to that first tee, and we're expecting, let's say, the wow first drive to happen. But if you've got a club in your hand that can give you a bit more ball speed, it's going to happen. So next statement, do you get lower spin rate from this club head? Yep, certainly the test results showed that. Definitely less spin means more distance, you get more optimized flight. Do you get more carry? Definitely get more carry. That was definitely shown in test 6, where we're gaining an extra 10 yards with the same shaft used from the 2023 model. So definite yes there. Is the G430 Max 10K head more forgiving than the 2023 G430 Max Driver? In my testing, I didn't put out the bad shots out there on the data, but I can tell you there was a few shots I hit and I was very, very surprised, very forgiving, and still get good distance. I think one of the bad shots I hit still went 259 carry, so that's it's very, very pleasing to see. So moving on, so should you buy this driver? Well, if like me, you want more ball speed, you have an obsession with distance, you want carry and forgiveness, I would just have to say it's a definite yes. Go out and buy it. It's a great driver. I can see this particular driver being atop of the, let's say, the list for the best driver out there at the minute. It's all-round performance. I would say you definitely need to be careful and make sure you select the correct shaft for your club head speed. My club head speed's around about 106, 107, 108. So definitely the change in the shaft has helped me to get more distance, and let's just say compared to all the other drivers out there, Callaway, Titleist, TaylorMade, Cobra, you have to say if it was a Game of Thrones as far as who's the best, you would certainly say that Ping is definitely sitting atop of the Iron Throne, but I digress.
Right, we have concluded the G430 club contest. So the 10K versus the 2023 model G430 Max 9 degree. This is 10.5, but as I mentioned throughout the video, we adjusted so that they were both 9 degrees. We then changed the shafts over just to see if there's any difference. I would say in general, the club head is definitely giving more distance. Having put the old shaft in the new club, because I wasn't ever getting maybe 255 with this club, last year's model. This shaft in this club head giving 265. So yeah, certainly a bit more spring off the face. Sounds good, but mainly when I dropped the new club to 9 degrees, same as this shaft, so it's putting on the minus setting, then we started to see some real difference in carry, especially with the Tour chrome shaft, which as I mentioned is not as whippy as the Alta CB, and that equated to 277 carry on one of the hits. So in real life that could be 290 carry with a real ball. These are range balls, don't forget. So really pleased with that, good investment. But mainly I can swap these shafts over from the new club to the old club, so good interchangeability. Thank you, Ping. I'm surprised they allowed that to happen, but that's good. And yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If got any comments, please leave comments in the section, and as always, if you can do me a favor, click the like, hit that subscribe button, and there'll be more videos coming in the future, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.